Saturday, a full slate of Big Ten football comes your way, including a great triple header on BTN featuring Rutgers against Illinois. Plus, Michigan State hosts Northwestern on FS1. It's all Saturday on BTN, FS1, and Fox, and you can watch anywhere on the Fox Sports app. No score here in New Jersey. Number 14 Northwestern and Rutgers all at 0. So hello again, everybody. Dean Linke, always good to be with Kate Markgraf. And Kate, your thoughts on what you've seen in the first 45?
Well, it's definitely been a defensive matchup where both teams are trying to figure out how to break down the other. But what's going to be key and what has been working is when both offenses make better decisions in the final third. When they connect one or two passes, they're able to create opportunities.
Yeah, there were a couple opportunities, so let's go to work and show you the highlights here in the first half.
Well, this is for Rutgers. They started strong and might have had the momentum in the first 10 minutes and a nice long-distance shot. Midfield not able to close it down. That's Almer. Taylor Almer with the long-distance shot. Wood collectively calms her team, holds on to it, and allows the team to build up a little bit. And on the other, this is what I'm talking about. One or two passes is key to breaking things down. This comes back to Paris, to Vigiano. Takes a little bit of deflection off of some Rutgers players, but the teams are so aggressive and are locked down individual defending. You can catch teams ball watching by just playing an extra pass here or there and creating those opportunities.
Couple freshmen in goal, pitching shutouts here, zeros at the half. Outstanding defensive work, as we might have figured. Northwestern and Rutgers, as we take a look at the first half stats. Go ahead and put in yellow the fact that Rutgers does have 5 corner kicks. You keep giving the Scarlet Knights some corner kicks, they'll put one in the back of the net. But these two freshman goalkeepers replacing phenomenal goalkeepers that have moved on, looking pretty good as well. It's going to be a battle. Expect more of it right here on the Big Ten Network. No score, Northwestern at Rutgers at the half. Number 14 Northwestern in Piscataway, New Jersey to take on Rutgers. No score here at the half, and we're pleased to be joined by the Wildcats head coach, Michael Moynihan. And, Coach, we knew this one was going to be tight. It is tight. Nobody has scored yet. Your thoughts on what you've seen so far, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Rutgers came out with a lot of energy, put us kind of on our heels a little bit right at the beginning. I thought we were a little bit timid and tried to play into what they wanted us to do. You know, they kept the field pretty compact, won the ball, and countered pretty quickly. So put us under some pressure. I thought as the half went on, I thought we settled down and started to cause them some problems, generate some chances ourselves. So, I thought it was a good first half. I think it's going to be really, a tight one, and hopefully we can get the goal that can be the difference.
Coach, any changes you're going to make in personnel that were working for you in the first half going into the second?
Well, I thought Jenny came in and did a fantastic job on the left side. She really held the ball up well for us. Intelligent with her defending, and she's going to be in there. We got Madison Donnelly coming in on the right side. See what kind of problems she can cause.
Coach, thanks so much. Brewers are tied at 2 in the 10th, by the way. Good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
Take a look at the standings here in the Big Ten. Nebraska, Coach Walker's team, ranked number 22. Big win at Penn State. 4-0-2. I like that Nebraska team. They've got some feisty players all over the field. You see Rutgers and Northwestern in yellow.
And then you also see Penn State. Usually you're seeing them at the very top, but look at the quality, and that speaks to how there's so much parity amongst this league that the team that's usually at the very top is now in 5th place at 9 points, tied with Wisconsin.
Big-time coaches, Stephanie Golan's team with 10 points, Lori Walker-Hawk's Ohio State team, Paula Wilkins in there. Phenomenal coaches in the Big Ten. Lavera, the camera likes to keep an eye on her. She's feisty. She's always talking. She'll move all over the place, and she's got the flair for the dramatic, right? 11 game-winning goals, a program record for Northwestern. hope Coach Moynihan wasn't like DVR the game or something. I probably just blew it for him right there, didn't I?
I think he was pretty focused on the soccer game. Was kind of like, you're messing up my rhythm right now. I'm straight up about soccer right now.
They both were talking Brewers all week long, so I just want to make sure I gave a little assist here. Second half underway.
I love this Milwaukee connection right now. You're all about it. I love it. If you start cheering for the Rockies, then I'm not going to talk this entire game. Make you call it all by yourself.
Alongside Kate Markgraf, Dean Linke with you here. Second half underway. Take a look here at the lineups again that started this one, and we're pretty sure that they put the starters back in there. Michael Moynihan did talk about Jenny Haskell bringing good minutes. Wood, Chernesky, Davison, Sharples, and Thron across the back. Those two senior center backs. Steigler, Aspen Rep is in there now. Vigiano, so Aspen Rep came on later in that first half, and then Slovera, Stahlschmidt, Kaylee Stahlschmidt, give her some love wearing that number 9 jersey, and then Nia Harris, 19, that's your Northwestern lineup. We'll take a look at the Rutgers Scarlet Knights lineup on the bottom of your BTN screen. Again, both these freshman goalkeepers outstanding. Megan McClellan from Kearney, New Jersey, like her coach, Wright, Visco, Holland, and Pogarts. Of course, Chantal Swaby not there. Provenzano, Almer, Moneme, one of the two Moneme sisters, as Rivera tries the cross. Ali with the other Moneme, and then Nicole Whitley, who is having herself a pretty good season as well in the assist category. Second half underway. Both teams searching for that elusive 3 points. A swing and a miss.
And when Davison fell down in that first half, we were wondering about her mobility in the second. If you look, the right center back for the Wildcats is now wearing a wrap around her knee. She fell a little bit awkwardly, kind of bent back weird. And then just a thing to keep an eye on with Ali's speed. If I'm Ali, I'm going to be posted up against Davidson if I had a choice between her and Sharples. Because with their lack of mobility, I want to use that to my advantage.
Saw that stat there. Northwestern, when it's scoreless at half, they're 3-1-1. Rutgers 3-0-1. So that tells you that they don't sit still. It's hard to sit still when you've got 8 wins for Northwestern, 7 for Rutgers. Set in there by Thron. Picked up by Rutgers and McClellan. Megan McClellan.
Width is so vital against this Rutgers team because they keep it really compact centrally. Lots of numbers, not that much space and channels to play in. Thron, excellent through ball. Lavera does enough to get a little bit of a head on it, not accurate enough, a little bit wide. McClellan reads it well off her line. But that starts because Ashlyn Rep is in that center of midfield, and she's pulling herself wide of that triangle of Rutgers, and then she's creating play.
McClellan. There's Davison. Yeah, good call, Kate. He is wrapped up. Yeah, she's struggling with a little bit. Or a lot, right? Saw her make a couple tough kicks. Not the same force we normally see from her. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. Vigiano. So Vigiano now in there with Aspen Rep. So you mentioned those 11 seniors, and some of them come off the bench, provide good minutes, and Coach Moynihan will go ahead and ride them. Jenny Haskell as well, the senior, who showed good minutes, and he picked her out. Madison Donnelly, a freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan, is in the game wearing number 13. Here's Ali. You wonder if she's going to come and try to find this game, maybe try to do some of the work on her own. That's a pretty good ball right there. Sharples comes in. What a ball, though, from Ali. Checking all the way back, trying to find Almer, but Almer just a step short. I thought she had the pace to take care of Sharples, but look at Sharples come back and make up that space.
So Ali, you think that she's going to charge more towards the right side of your screen, but it's a no-look pass to Almer. And Almer, you did think that she was going to get there. I thought she had a leg up, but only because the well-timed tackle of Sharples, she was able to deny that attack from building any more from Rutgers.
Sharples nearly 6 feet, long legs, able to catch up in that sliding tackle. Turn here for Northwestern. Shot from Haskell, who's earning more and more minutes her senior year. Told you about all of the injuries over those first 3 years, staying out there. Here's Vigiano. Now, Vigiano, third all-time in assists at Northwestern.
Now, Haskell and Livera move very similarly. So number 15 is Haskell, and she's been able to create in front of that back line, allowing Livera to push up a little bit and push Rutgers back in the opponent's end. Very, very savvy on the ball, very technical.
Here's Vigiano with that right foot, lofted ball, pretty good spot. One bounce over to Sharples. Steigletter, they push Sharples as well. Rutgers will earn it back.
So they're actually calling that on Sharples or Steigletter. I don't know which one they're calling it on.
Sharples took down a couple players, right? Or you could say the couple players took Sharples down, but then Steigletter as well.
The rest must be calling it on Steigletter there because it is going for Rutgers. I thought Sharples was actually the one. I thought she might have earned a PK as she's being held a little bit.
She's got 3 goals on the season, including that header we showed you to start the show. Kate, you're usually on point. You came on the air talking about the importance of set pieces, knowing how defensively sound they are, so it could come down to a corner kick, a free kick. 2 corners for Northwestern, 5 for Rutgers. Vigiano to Haskell. Make it 3 corners now for Northwestern as Aspen Rep, the senior from Lake Bluff, Illinois. Great shot from our Big Ten Network crew behind the goal. McClellan, hands high in the air. Vigiano, I thought her last ball was perfect. It was 2 yards outside of the 6, perfectly placed. Similar spot, Sharples comes in again. 2 more players go down just like last time. Ali, look at Ali. As Wood came way out.
A bit I can't even get it out, unorthodox with that for goalkeeping. But they're looking for Sharples again. Watch, Davidson's not even involved in that, not even pressing into the attack. I think that knee is truly bothering her. She also is a target. But then Ali able to be so dangerous on the counterattack that the goalkeeper Wood had to come out and clear it on the 45-yard line.
Yeah, it felt like everybody else was in slow motion, but we're watching Amira Ali going and going, and Wood.
Like everyone was running in sand, but Ali and Wood.
Ali's a game changer. She can do it on her own if she has to. This is better from Rutgers. Down the middle. Players are open on the left side. Let's see if they can get it out wide. Now they do finally, but perhaps a little bit too late.
We're talking about that transition speed of Ali. It comes off of a corner kick. It's cleared by the Scarlet Knights. Watch this. She covers more ground, and you get to see the Wildcats tracking back Thrawn in particular, but I don't think she knows what to do with Wood coming out. She doesn't know if the ball is going to go roll out of bounds, so she holds up a run instead of going directly to the ball and either clearing it and telling Wood to stay in your own goal or using your body to shield it like you just saw them do right there. So that's interesting defending in one of those like in between balls that players that aren't used to playing together need time to work through and need experiences like that for the next time to figure it out.
That was real time, wasn't it? Top of the 18, Ali making that run. And you're right, she held up just a second. Would like to see her just go all the way through and see if she could toe poke it around Wood. Down the middle, Western stepping up with Sharples and Davison. Good job to switch the point of the attack from right, number 9. Trying to turn it in for Rutgers was Ali, as she's starting to do everything. Didn't take long to realize a year ago that she was the real deal. Now sitting at 14 goals and 8 assists, just midway through her second year in the Big Ten. Played back there by Adora Moneme. Sharples does enough to force a turnover, so it'll be a throw-in for Chernesky and Northwestern. A lot of programs that had starters as good as Rutgers had with Murphy, as Northwestern had with Clem, would be in trouble. But both these teams with McClellan and Wood for Rutgers and Northwestern respectively look to be in pretty good shape, and they both probably will make another 4-year run like the others did. A whistle here and a foul called on Chernesky.
Well, a bouncing ball between Chernesky and Ali, and she catches Ali's feet as she's trying to clear the ball. That was unintentional. I wouldn't personally call that.
I agree with you.
Because Ali wasn't going to get to the ball either. And they both were going for it. But a dangerous opportunity for Rutgers. Going to be looking for Ali.
Madison Pogarch. Set plays, set piece. Pogarch with her left foot, looping ball. Get out of there, Sharples is there. Right back in. Trying to go over the top, it'll fall loose, top of the 18. Sometimes you can make teams pay when those balls fall out. That time it was Ashley Atubi.
And a nice little second ball coming in, and Almer getting onto it. Excellent job to step up in that pocket and connect with it, but just catches it as it's bouncing up.
Almer, good call. Almer's had a nice game, Kate, all over the field here, the junior from Garnersville, New York.
And a game that's lacked rhythm, you need to have that player in the midfield that can pick up those second balls, and that's why she's done so well tonight, because she's anticipating where that ball is going to land, and she's proactive in her movement, so she's the first one there. Brewers won, Dean.
In extra innings, huh? That's a big win. A lot of ties, as we said, to Milwaukee for the coaching staff. Michael Moynihan's entire family so instrumental in building that program there. There is Ali. When you get the throw in, she does. Good little turn into the 18, right back. Rutgers bouncing with it, staying with it, toe poke. And just not enough mustard on that. And that was all led by Ali as she was able to make a little fake, get it back into the 18. Rutgers staying with it. Inside the 18 again, but right to Wood. That time, a nice flurry here from the Scarlet Knights.
And again, it's off a set piece, essentially. Look at her in the pocket, Ali, with 3 players able to find Monami, but look at this. Able to stay onto it, and then a little bit of a connection sister-sister. putting pressure on the ball, able to turn the pocket. Look at this little cut turn, just fries her defender. And then just the wrong selection of foot. Should have used her left foot to cut it across the gain. Too easy of a ball for Wood to pick up.
So Adora Moneme along with Neka Moneme, Amira Ali. We've seen Almer. Sharples versus Ali. Could come down to those two right there on both sides.
Yeah, they've each had each other's numbers at least once, getting the best of each other. It's always a fun matchup. Coming from a former center back, I used to love going against the best players and being like, all right, you might have got me on that one, but I'm totally gonna nail you on this next one.
But you were clean the whole time, right?
Except for one time. I remember one time I was really dirty. I was.
Set back into the 18. One bounce, looking for Haskell and picked up by the freshman McClellan.
Well, Rutgers has gotten back in this game and I think reclaimed the momentum because they're getting the ball wide. And it may end up in a corner kick or it may end up in a throw-in, but from there, they're setting play. Both teams have found success when they get it wide because there's so many numbers locked down centrally. Couple passes, get it wide, come through.
Rutgers coming into this game off a 3-game road swing where they had a scoreless draw at number 2 Wisconsin and that 2-1 double overtime victory at Minnesota. They also had a 2-1 win at Maryland in overtime. I mean, Rutgers, you talk about playing a lot of soccer. They come into this game, 5 of their last 6 games have been in double overtime, and their other game went to 1 overtime.
If you have enough substitutions, though, you can manage that fatigue and by rotating players. So the bad aspect of going into so many overtimes is the accumulation fatigue, right? Especially if you only have 11 players or 12 players. But they sub enough that if anything, it gives them added experience in big moments and intense moments that may pay dividends down the road if they find themselves in a similar situation when it comes to conference playoffs.
2 of the players that have come up big in overtime is Nicole Whitley, who leads the conference in assists with 7, and Ali, who leads the conference in goals with 8.
And Whitley's been quiet tonight, and I think Northwestern's done a really good job of keeping her quiet, not allowing her to influence the attack.
Thron. Sharples pop it long. Steigletter, sophomore from Iowa City West High School. Pretty much an instant starter arriving on campus for Coach Moynihan. There's Sharples getting low to win it. Haskell. They're giving Jenny Haskell some liberty, and you can hear Michael Moynihan go ahead and tell Jenny to get higher, so they're going to let her try to join in with Vigiano and make a difference in the game. Coach Moynihan going to make a change. See, he told somebody to come on over. Cherneski. You had that one right. Didn't look like she drew that free kick. So Stahlschmidt will come in. Good minutes there from Madison Donnelly, the freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Just 2 games for Big Ten women's soccer today, both of them here on the Big Ten Network. And both of them might be mentioned in the Women's Sports Report, where you'll see Jackie Manny, not a male nanny, but Jackie Manny will be on that show. And it's a pretty good show.
Handing out Manny.
There's Haskell.
Which is an award, you happen to tell me.
Yeah, today she was giving them out, so we're all...
Oh, so this isn't a normal thing where she hands out Manny's. Because I really thought you were talking about something else. I got excited for my childcare woes to be finally solved.
There you go. Well, you can figure it all out when you turn into the Women's Sports Report. You used to be on that show. You know what it's all about.
I did. I've been traveling, so I missed it. So I missed the Manny selections.
Little turn here. A big day for women's soccer, of course. The CONCACAF qualifications for the World Cup starting today. The USA, last check, had a 3-0 lead on Mexico. Any doubt they'll get through that with flying colors?
No, they'll absolutely get through that. Mexico's the toughest competition on their Group A. There's 8 teams. 3.5 teams go through.
Squared ball, Northwestern looking for Lovera. She's got those 11-game winners. The way this one is going, you knock one in, it could be a winner. Steigletter. Better work here now from Northwestern. Both these teams have been solid, though, in this one. Steigletter.
And that's Haskell's been the difference in the second half going forward. Look at her ability on the ball. This is Vigiano clearing one player, going in, doing a little bit of skill work. She's been in the back cleaning things up, and there we get to see what she's able to do on the attack. That was a tough ball for Lovera to go and turn and capitalize on because it was played square, so she couldn't get any power generated because she had to come back to it a little bit. But that was nice to see Vigiano getting involved in the attack besides doing the service off corner kicks.
Lovera, she shows, turns. Clear out of there. That was all led by Lovera's ability to back to goal at any time, win it, and deliver a pretty good pass.
And Lovera is pretty ticked off that she's not getting a call for this, and she is absolutely right. She gets pushed over. She was off balance a little bit. Well, watch this. They're not even playing the ball, but the reason why, correct what I just said, Lovera's pulling a shirt as well. So even though she might have gotten the worst of the challenge, the fact that she's pulling the shirt, if I'm a referee or an AR on the side, I'm not going to call that because you're also infringing on the laws of the game.
Perhaps the AR saw exactly that. Here's Vigiano. She can make it rain with assists. Third all-time for the Wildcats. Gonna fall back here to the Wildcats. Long shot. Sometimes those can be tough. McClellan lets it sail over the crossbar. The shot coming from distance from Juliet Thron. Jules, they call her. Rutgers continues to make moves. Brittany LaPlante, a junior, Queensboro, New York, in the game for Michael Neal. Let it roll out of bounds. Number 22, Brenna Lovera, the senior from Milford, Michigan, Milford High School. All right, Kate, this is the time. I put you on the spot in the first half, so let's talk about it here now. We're halfway through the second half. We'll start with Northwestern. If they're going to get a goal, how do you think it'll happen?
It's going to come from the midfield. It's going to come from the midfield, either taking up space on the dribble and having a little bit of individual brilliance to break down a well-organized side, or it's going to take a little bit of interchange of passing, because that's been the two ways that it's worked. Their corner kicks, as dangerous as they haven't been threatening today. And then for Rutgers, I think for them is they need to find Ali. They need to get it wide and then find her a bit more centrally. Get that back line stretched out. Put yourself on Davidson, who seems to have picked up a knock and is not moving that well, and use your mobility against her.
That makes perfect sense to me. Find Ali, Northwestern, go through Vigiano in the midfield. Couple stars. See what happens. Plenty of time, 21 minutes. You're going to let him play here at the moment. Now it'll be knocked out of bounds. Madison Pogarts, the senior. First 3 years at Central Michigan, a couple times on the Mid-American Conference league first team. Decided to finish up her collegiate career at Rutgers, and it's been a big addition. They lost just one player as part of that back line that went over 900 minutes last year without allowing a goal. Good little turn here. Ali, so creative. It'll go off of Northwestern as Chernesky, left back, tracking back on Ali.
And it's just brilliant movement that led to her receiving this ball. She pulled herself wide, looked like she was going deep, and then checked back to it when she knew her teammate was ready to give it to her. And then you get to see a little bit of individual brilliance in a pullback to try to turn her hips and get a shot on goal.
Pinking around, perfect work by Sharples to give it back to Northwestern. Rutgers with 6 shots in the game. Northwestern actually now with 9, and corner kicks almost even as Northwestern has pulled back quite a bit of this game. But the biggest numbers, of course, the 2 zeros up there. Someone needs to get a goal here, or we could be looking at Rutgers going into their 7th consecutive overtime game and 8th of the season. 7 in a row. That's a lot of OT. Stagletter. Lavere will try to chase Rutgers. Lavere's work in combination there with Stahlschmidt. Stahlschmidt was open on the right side. They'll square it back to the middle. Dancing with it is Vigiano. Stahlschmidt was open after helping Lavere win it back. Won by Rutgers. Be that Sharples Ali battle. Look at Sharples when she wins it, though. She keeps it in space to Stahlschmidt. Lavere checking back. All the pieces coming together here for Northwestern. Stahlschmidt with Stagletter. Will give and go. Late start here, 8 o'clock, part of the doubleheader on the Big Ten Network. Vigiano playing deeper. Told you about the changes. Chernesky normally would sit behind Vigiano, allow her to go forward, but because of the injury to Nakia Smith, normally an outside back, everybody moving back, including Vigiano. There is Vigiano on it now, though. Dribbles into traffic, kept alive. Northwestern, a shot from distance, and no problem for McClellan. Simran Dhaliwal, who came in as a highly heralded player, and she's now getting a little run. Part of this deep, deep senior class. You almost feel like Coach Moynihan and David Nikolic, they go on a hunch to try to find a little magic, and Dimwell almost did right there. Stahlschmidt keeping it in bounds. Thought she might go in line to draw a corner kick. She does better than that. A free kick with a nice little angle here, and we'll see what Stahlschmidt can do.
And look at Stahlschmidt. She gets a little bit of the cut, is just looking to pass it, and just a foolish foul by Pogart. And it creates a wonderful opportunity, very similar to a corner kick for Northwestern. Look for their big targets to go, and especially Sharples.
Vigiano. Stahlschmidt, after earning the foul, goes into the 18. Vigiano's kept it away, and this one just off the post. How did that not go in by McClellan? Hit the post, and it looked like even was the inside of the post, but fell in front. Northwestern will stay with it. Look at Ali breaking up plays, but one right back, though, by Chernesky. Northwestern so close. The service from Viggiano has been brilliant on corners and free kicks, keeping it right about 8 yards away from the goalkeeper. Let's take a look at the best opportunity so far, Kate.
Now watch on the back post is Sharples. She actually does this by holding her run and then attacking the space. Beats her defender, beats McClellan, but doesn't beat the post. And you get to see her just so angry. Like, what else do you want me to do?
Looks like she had it there. Gabby Provenzano, number 12, wearing that cast with the clearance after it hit the post, came across McClellan. Provenzano was there to get it out of danger. Northwestern, though, still with it. They're starting to run downhill in this one. And they're led by Viggiano, just like Kate Markgraf said they would be. It'll be another corner kick here now for Viggiano and Northwestern. You see the shots this half, Kate. 6 for the Wildcats, 2 for Rutgers. Viggiano leading the charge.
Well, she's playing higher up. I thought she was sitting more defensively in that first half, not able to find the ball. Now she has a bit more freedom, sitting in that pocket of space and creating in front of the back line.
4th corner of the second half to none for Rutgers. Viggiano. This time was Chernesky. Rutgers can counter here. Let's see. And you've got Ali, if you can play it into space. Ali making a run. You can see a lot of fatigue out there as well. Northwestern tracking all the way back. Look at Livera. Are you kidding me? That's your center forward, your number 9, winning it back. She'll drop it here now to Dhaliwal. And a shot from distance. Look at Livera come all the way back and win it for the Wildcats.
Like we saw Ali in the first half, the center forward coming back and playing defense. This game means so much for both teams because there's been so many times they play each other and it's 1-1, it's tight. She's at the top of the box, doesn't even really watch the ball. She just puts her head down, and this is the perfect thing is when you're a recovering player, you run to the space first, and then you get somewhere close, then you find out where the player is. Excellent defending, does not give up the foul. And doing everything to get her team back in on this. Playing with more confidence than we've ever seen her play during her collegiate career. Because of so many injuries, not able to find a rhythm. But today, her passion on the ball is keeping the momentum going for Northwestern.
Stahlschmidt. It's part of that all-in commitment from this senior class, basically saying, hey, even if I don't start, not Livera, we know she's got to start. Here's Livera, though, deflected out of there. But the rest of the senior class talking about, even if I don't start, if I get some minutes, if I can help the youngsters, that they're all in.
This is Stahlschmidt, nice little footwork in the crease, able to cut it to Livera. Livera gets a good look, great recovering defending by Rutgers, able to deflect that.
He's fun to watch, feisty, competitive player here, and now yet another corner kick for Northwestern. At one point, it was 5-0. Now 6 consecutive corners here. Viggiano. She'll go near post. Little bounce. And a whistle. It'll stay with Rutgers as a 50-50 ball. There's Davison again. She is not feeling 100% to say the least.
And this is probably the worst service we've seen in Viggiano. Not able really to connect on it. She's trying to bend it, but she gets on top of the ball, so can't get any power. They are calling for a penalty kick, a handball right there on Ali. It was unintentional, but her arm was close to her body. It's a bit of a gray area. I wouldn't call it. I think it's a right call by the referee. And of course, Rutgers thinks it's the right call, and if Northwestern is probably upset they didn't get the call, because it is in that gray area, and it is up to interpretation. But then they do foul Ali, which is why they weren't able to go on the counterattack.
Knocked out of bounds. Let's take one more look. It looks like she stepped on the ankle as well. Let's see if we can find that handball that you're talking about.
So there's a handball.
Yeah. Wow.
Actually, see, slow motion makes everything worse, don't you think? Because to me, it looked like it just hit her body as she was trying to run with that arm, right? As you start to step with your opposite arm, opposite foot kind of thing. To me, that's what it looked like at real speed, but on slow motion, it looks like she purposely put her arm there, but I don't think she did. But more concerning for Northwestern is how hurt is Davidson?
Yeah.
How banged up? Not just this game, but what about the next one?
Yeah, her knee's already wrapped, and on that replay, she actually got stepped on her ankle.
And Lavera is not getting a single call.
Pressure from Northwestern as the Wildcats really here in the second half. I think even Mike O'Neill would agree. They're looking like the home team the way the Wildcats are pressuring that back line here at Rutgers. Stahlschmidt, did that bounce off of her? Unlucky right there. It did. She was standing out of bounds though, but referee gonna signal that it's okay to make some subs here. And you mentioned it, both these teams pretty deep with subs, and you get the feeling Mike O'Neill with 6 straight games in overtime is probably thinking a little bit about managing not just these 90 minutes, but the fact that it could go close to 110. Of course, it's sudden victory in overtime. Vigiano's got other ideas. Vigiano creating her own space. Normally likes to pass it with those 18 assists, 3rd all-time. Chernesky. Dhaliwal knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northwestern. That's a Tooby into the game now. Ashley Tooby, a freshman, North Plainfield, New Jersey. Here on another corner kick. Official says no.
And Diwali is trying to get a corner kick, and it rolls off the top of her foot. She thought it hit off Kenny Wright.
Boy, Simran Dhaliwal, she comes in from Canada. I mean, highly heralded, was part of that Canada system there, and she, like a lot of players, even similar to Jenny Haskell, just never totally was a regular starter, but she also has hung in to be a part of this team. Boy, Sharples and Davison both don't have that same efficient stride, as they both look to be limping. Sharples comes in hard there. One back though by Rutgers. And now Rutgers putting passes together in tight spaces. Come back to Wood. Last year's back line with Murphy were part of a streak that went 924 minutes without allowing a goal. Seemed like that was always the story for Lauren Clem. Wood has had a similar run this year. These teams do not give easy ones away. Ali begging for her back line to join in, so Pogarts makes a run. It'll be a throw-in. That's all because of Ali's ability to hold it up. Pogarts again, goes around Stahlschmidt. Ali. Back here now to Shea Holland, freshman from Toms River, New Jersey, part of the U17 national team program before going into college. Come all the way back. Western wanted a handball there. Rutgers got a chance here. Popped over, top of the 18. Ali will drop it back. Oh, and almost sneaking one in. Top of the 18. Ali was able to drop it back. Wood sliding over across the frame of the goal.
And a nice little touch from Almer. Back to Ali, back to Almer. And just able to connect with that, but just wide. But you get to see what happens with a little bit of interplay.
Taylor Almer with 4 career goals and 8 assists. She has had some of the more dangerous opportunities. Look at Ali. Ali trying to find Almer again. Almer dribbles into Sharples, and she comes up limping.
One man higher.
Wonder if it's going to open up. Stahlschmidt.
And this is the second that we've seen on Potrite. She needs to be careful with the elbow.
Kaylee Stahlschmidt. Winning the whistle. Vigiano. Set piece situation. Right to the goalkeeper. Boy, her corners were so great. Her last corner wasn't, and now that free kick not up to her normal outstanding standards. She's been so good in her career.
You just wonder if fatigue is starting to play a role.
Reagan Steigletter. Dollywall. Steigletter will get it back as she pushes forward along with Vigiano. Is that a shot? It was a shot, I think. Not sure what she was intending. Stahlschmidt was there, but either way, it forces McClellan to knock it over.
And it didn't look like she'd get that much pace on it from that much distance, as far out as she was, but she, I think, shocks McClellan and shocks a little bit of everybody. I didn't expect that to be on target. And McClellan was in the right place, safely parries it out of danger.
Yeah, we both were like, wait, what's she doing right there? Thinking that it was buried over the crossbar, and she forces McClellan to make a save and gives Vigiano a chance for another corner. Here's a good one, but only black jerseys there. She'll get it back, though. Set far post this time. Good ball, down low, loose. Trying to sneak one in. Sharple's all over it. She's hit one off the post. That one may have gone off the post again as well.
Oh, pure frustration from Sharples. She is winning the ball. Her timing is everything of her runs. That takes a bounce off a Scarlet Knight, Mona May. But how close was that? And then the rebound. But what's better with this one compared to the last time it hit the post is there were players continuing to play instead of watching the ball as it went past them. Last time when it hit the post, none of the Wildcats were chasing down the ball. That time you got to see a couple able to put some pressure on that.
If you're just tuning in thinking, hey, this is a 0-0 game against two teams that are famous for 0-0, think again. Northwestern, a season high in shots with 15, and Rutgers with 7. 5 corner kicks for Rutgers, 7 for Northwestern. So both these teams committed to trying to get a win here. Rutgers on it now, but no black jerseys able to join in, and Wood will easily pick it up. Let's see if Wood will give her team time, and now could come down to a key second ball for either team. Let's see, middle of the field. Controlled by Northwestern. Plenty of time to get a winner here in regulation, so they push. That's a foul. They'll let him play on, though. Sent in, pretty good ball. One bounce, down low, inside netting, wrong side for Stahlschmidt. Great run coming out of the back from Juliet Thron.
Look at this beautiful ball. Perfectly laid off for Thron. There isn't a better ball. Forces defenders to make a poor clear because you're facing the wrong way. And Stahlschmidt not connecting with the ball right in the center of it. Just gets a little bit on the inside of it, which forces it wide. Had good contact, could have tested and should have tested McClellan.
That That entire sequence, though, give Juliet Thron, a freshman from Caldwell, New Jersey, who's got to be loving life back in New Jersey. The fight to able to even find Stahlschmidt. And there she is again. Thron trying to be a hero in her home state. Wildcats bringing all kinds of activity here in the second half, but just as it was at the end of 45, at the end of 90, nothing but zeros, but some exciting soccer, particularly in these last 10 minutes.
Northwestern was able to find the width outside of the central midfield of Rutgers, and from that, with Vigiano was able to come alive. And you have Stahlschmidt starting to make an impact. And then Thron at the end. The more width, the better was Wildcats did.
Michael Moynihan, the head coach of the Northwestern Wildcats. Got to be pleased, his team with a season-high 17 shots here in this one. Meanwhile, Michael Neal, what are you thinking of your Michael Neal right now for Rutgers?
You got to figure out a way to get help for Ali, and you need to solidify that midfield. The midfield's being overrun right now by the excellent movement both on and off the ball of Northwestern's midfield. They need someone that can hold it and help defensively make stops, not having so people running through in all the channels. If they can do that, then they can start to get the momentum back. Provenzano is not a name that we've said at all, and that's someone who had an impact in the first half.
All right, we're going to take a break and come back with overtime soccer. 7 overtime games in a row for Rutgers. 0s through 90 on the Big Ten Network.
Do you like cheese when it's hot and it's melty? The 3 for $10 deal got a cheesy upgrade. We added a burger, now topped with our queso. It's queso amazing, queso, see you soon. 3 for $10, baby bucks, baby bucks. Oh baby, 3 for $10, baby bucks, baby bucks.
Love makes you do crazy things, like sneaking the triple-double crunch wrap into the theater with double the layers you love. Careful, that double crunch may land you in movie jail. The $5 triple-double crunch wrap box from Taco Bell.
Peekaboo, where's my favorite 1, 2? That's math for 12. Hey, who's this guy?
I'm Aaron's agent.
Oh, you're not his agent. Gabriel is his agent. Aaron.
He's my State Farm agent. We just combined his home and auto insurance.
Yeah, well, that's not possible because Aaron doesn't do combines without me.
I do, and they save me money.
Well, I was not expecting to get an arch rival today, but here we are.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Friday, it's another stellar matchup in the nation's best volleyball conference when Sheridan Atkinson and Purdue take on Carly Scott in Michigan. Women's volleyball powered by American Ethanol. Friday at 9 Eastern on BTN and the Fox Sports app.
24 shots in this one, but no score. We'll go to overtime. Dean Linke with Kate Markgraf, and 24 shots. Let's take a look at some of the more dangerous opportunities. A lot of them in the second half.
All for Northwestern for the most part. Vigiano with her excellent service, able to find Sharples on the back post. A little bit of unluckiness hitting the post. And the Scarlet Knights take a big deep breath. Nice little interchange between Ali and Whitley. Almost Tess Wood. That one didn't quite connect, but really it was all Northwestern's show, creating the majority of the chances. This is a wonderful reservice. Again, finding Sharples. What's good about this one are there are more people helping and continuing to follow the attack. Almost gets aided by a deflection by Moname, but doesn't. But look at this beautiful ball. Into it. Defender so difficult to clear. Just a huge missed opportunity from Stahlschmidt.
Stahlschmidt looking up to the sky. It still hurts for number 9. We look at the stats here. So much different than after the first half. Those are some big numbers.
Just excellent play in the final third by Northwestern in the second half. Better decisions, better build-up play, in large part because their midfield was able to hold on to the ball. But everything changes in sudden victory, so I wouldn't be surprised if Scarlet Knights come out with a little bit different look and able to press the Wildcats.
Interesting watching both huddles. Michael Moynihan kind of walked away. There's David Nikolic. Meanwhile, the Rutgers huddle, Megan Ryan, who played at Rutgers in her 11th season, was with Glenn Crooks and stayed with Michael Neal. She was directing a lot of traffic, and then Michael Neal with a final message here as bring you some overtime. They'll play 2 10-minute overtimes, but you know the deal. You score, you win, you celebrate a 3-point victory. Rutgers, all kinds of familiarity with going to overtime. LaSalle back on September 9th, double overtime 2-2 tie. Nebraska 1-1 tie on September 14th. Iowa 2-1 winner in double overtime. They got an overtime winner over Maryland. 0-0 against Wisconsin, and then a double overtime thriller over Minnesota. 7 overtime games in a row. I don't know if I've seen that. And now they also had that other double overtime tie against St. Joseph's. That's just a lot of overtime. Some thrillers, some ties. Northwestern 1-1-2 this season in overtime. Rutgers 3-0-4. So Rutgers, you get to overtime, and they're going to either win it or tie it. They have not lost a single overtime match. In fact, their only loss this year, in fact, is to Monmouth.
But to me, that's a team that's unable to score goals, right? Relying heavily on Ali. They need other players to step up in the goal production. I mean, they've scored 15 so far this season, and opponents have scored 6. Compare that to Northwestern, who have scored 23.
Excellent point. And we saw that the shot total is actually 18 as Northwestern was able to add 1 more. The official scoreboard here at Ursek Field still with 17, but our stats showing 18, so 25 total shots. So plenty of opportunities, most of them coming in the second half. Remember, corners was 5-1 Rutgers after the first half. Now 7-5 in favor of the Wildcats. Long throw in. It'll find a Wildcat turn. Going to try to win it right there. Punched away by McClellan.
And you cannot be offside on a throw-in. This goes to Vigiano. She's so good in those tight spaces. Commits you and then separates with a long horizontal touch. Excellent save by McClellan. Pushing it up and over the bar.
We'll have a chance to continue to say the name Vigiano on the Big Ten Network. Her sister Natalie playing for Coach Wilkins at Wisconsin. Corner kick Northwestern, trying to win it right here. Still loose. McClellan comes in with a kick save to knock it away. Steigletter's going to track it down. Good little turn. The sophomore coming alive here.
And it's not just their ability to get on the first ball, because when that doesn't happen, it's their organization around the ball that allows them to be successful in recovering the second and sustaining the attacks on every single set piece. Look at that beautiful little play by Steigletter, just burning people with a nice little silky footwork, so composed on the ball.
Vigiano, any side, will take the corner here for Coach Moynihan's team. Look at Livera just slowing down the attack, doing everything. I do like that move that you pointed out. Steigletter kind of did a little pointer finger one way and little shimmy back there to
the natural,
send it back
right?
in. Yeah. Here's Rutgers, though, with a little bit of space. Cherneski working her way back. Pinging around. It'll fall off, though, of Rutgers as it will hit the feet there of Madison Tyree. Watch Steigletter, little Magic Johnson, LeBron James. Hey, we're going that way. Nope.
Yep, a little step over, and then the Cruyff, and then turn and burn, picks her head up, earns her team a corner kick. When she starts to feel comfortable on the ball, and when she's composed in a game, then you're seeing that little bit of skill. We didn't see that in the first half very often. She looked a little bit rattled. But as the second half, and she was able to get on the ball more, she was able to find her game and have an influence in it.
She was put right into the lineup coming in as a freshman last year. Played up top a little bit, played in the midfield, has settled in next to Vigiano as they try to combine. Vigiano One back here by Ali. Amir Ali. Ali. Players going down. Ali will cross it. Wood gets a piece of it. And no black jersey on the far post. Could have been a whistle right there. As Kenny Wright stepped in and little shoulder.
And this is all Ali realizes where she is in space, has her head in a swivel, knows she can turn in the pocket, does a little slow down, and then beats momentum. And then Davison just falls down. Remember, she picked up a little bit of knock in that first half. An excellent save by Wood. She is playing really high off her line, though. Something that if I'm her and if I'm coaching, I want to be scouting her and I want to be looking to hit her on the near post. Because she plays really high off and a little bit, the exception, it's just not 100% the right positioning, but she hasn't gotten burned on it yet.
Out of bounds off of Madison Tyree. There's Davison, just a warrior out there. Knee wrapped, ankle stepped on. Some of these players might be hitting the ice bath after this one. Knocked out of bounds by Chernesky. Drenched. So much fatigue. Ali doing it by herself. She needs Tyree to join in, or Adora Monemi. Someone's got to match her pace and skill up top if they're going to get one. Ali going to try to punch one over. Ali with the winner. A Big Ten leading 9 goals. And Rutgers has won it at home.
So at the end of the second half, off a throw-in is what created Northwestern and most of their chances. For Rutgers, the same thing, was off of set pieces. Here, it's just that reorganization off of set pieces, which is critical, and especially when you're fatigued, that's really hard. That's not the moment that you have to shut down. That's the moment that you have to focus.
Mackenzie Wood with the heartbreak, the celebration for Ali. 4 goals in her last 5 games, 10 points in her last 5 games. She is a step above, and you said it. If Rutgers was going to win it, it was going to come through number 17, Amira Ali.
And here's what I'm talking about. Just shutting down a little bit in that fatigued. And Ali, just with that half chance, and Wood misreads the bounce and gets caught on it, and it's accurate enough that although Rutgers did not have as many opportunities, they were able to convert on the one that they did.
It's her 5th game-winning goal of her career as well, and 4 of them have been game winners. 5 in her career, though, as Ali, money when it counts right there, number 17. 9 goals to lead the conference. What a sophomore campaign.
Well, when you don't give up and when you constantly put yourself in positions to score goals, good things happen. That's a mistake by Northwestern's goalkeeper. That shouldn't have gone in. The ball goes underneath her body. She mistimed it. It's a slick surface. But she's also an underclassman, right? She's also new. She hasn't gotten that much time. That won't happen again, most likely. If she's as good as they say she is, she's going to bounce back. She has the technical ability. But Northwestern did not put away their opportunities in the second half, which allowed them to be in this situation, and Rutgers was able to capitalize on a half chance.
Great point. Northwestern with 20 shots in the game, 9 corners, but Ali just needed one special moment, and she was able to put it by Wood, and Rutgers with another overtime win. They have now played in 8 overtimes, and they've not lost a single overtime match.
Talk about the mentality that this team has, that they never give up. And Northwestern also has that strong mentality, but there's something about Rutgers that's able to come through in these big moments. And here we go. It's just a half chance. This all comes off a throw-in, a little bit of a shutdown. Chernesky with the poor clear, just does like a little bit of a half clear. And Vigiano is late to pick up. And it's just a kick on net. And remember, it is a slick surface, but Wood thinks she can get to it before it takes off on the bounce and smother it on the ground. She misjudges it, and she gets beat.
Good time to be a Scarlet Knight. The Rutgers men's team winning in overtime on Sunday against the Ohio State Buckeyes on the Big Ten Network. Now the women's team in overtime, a thriller over the number 14 team in the country. If you're Mike O'Neill, you're feeling pretty good about the fact that you're now 8-1-4. And we said this game was going to go through Amira Ali. Kate Markgraf even said, Amira, that if Rutgers is going to win, Ali's going to score, and you were able to match those words. Tell us about that goal and that finish and what it means for your team.
I just knew that I had to get it done for my team. We worked so hard, and to go into overtime, we knew we had to get the game done early and quick. So when I reach every chance we have, we just take them, and I just took that knowing that I might not have any more chances in the game, and I finished there, and that's what all I can thank God for.
So you guys came out a little different in that overtime, a little bit extra added energy. What did your coaches say to you in that break heading into overtime?
Just that this was our last, we want to finish it early in the first half, and that's what we put all our focus to. If we put all our energy into the first half, we won't have to do a second one. So that's what we did. We wanted to end it early, and we did.
Amira Ali, Big Ten Freshman of the Year. So you know everybody's going to know that you can get it done. 9 goals on the season coming off of that. Talk about this entire season. 9 goals already in.
It's really just a blessing. I have a good group of people around me supporting me. And I can't do this without Nicole. She's the first with assists in Big Ten too. So it can't just be done by me. All my teammates are a good support cast, and that's how I get the job done, because they're there supporting me.
All right, go celebrate with your team. Congratulations on this thriller.
Thank you so much.
Amira Ali with the winner for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. And a flair for the dramatic. You feel for Mackenzie Wood, as you already talked about.
Yeah, but Ali, she nailed it. She knew that she was the one that had to make the difference. She knew that she was the one that was going to have to step up. And when you know that you're the one that everyone's counting on, you can never take a play off. You can never do those half effort. She didn't do that the entire game, and every time she had an opportunity, she tried her best to get something on it. She didn't take a single second off today.
And Michael Moynihan, 20 shots for his team. What does he say to his team in the locker room?
Hey, we created chances. We just got punished for not putting it away. Now we know we need to continue to work on our set pieces, because we're this close to now capitalizing on all of them. Pick your heads up. We go again.
What a thriller for Mike O'Neill, Meg Ryan, and the coaching staff. Once again, your final score here in Piscataway. Rutgers wins it in overtime over number 14 Northwestern, 1-0 for Kate Markgraf and our entire BTN crew. Rito Balducci on stats. This is Dean Linke saying so long from Yersack Field and Piscataway. Amira Ali, 9 goals to lead the Big Ten. That's number 9. She gets the winner. This has been a presentation of the Big Ten Network. Rutgers takes it home 1-0.